for this? I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Give it up, yeah.
Welcome to the big show.
All right, I think that is pretty much enough of that for the intro. So welcome everybody back to G4G. As I alluded to earlier in the week when I did the hype video, Beta 5 was close, and we've got it, folks. So this is actually a little bit of a off video. Well, I should say an off picture over here. It's actually Beta 5.1. So one of the things I wanted to get out of the way at the beginning of the video, I can understand sometimes people are like, man, how come there's internal tester builds and everything? And like, I want to test it. Wouldn't it be better if, you know, hundreds of people were testing this instead of like 7 or 13 of them or something? And while you do have a point, and that is certainly a valid thought that I would never take away from anybody, there are times where you put something out there and you do want limited testing because maybe it is in need of that testing. And yeah, that's Chewy over there. I think I just saw him pop up on the camera. He's yeah, there he is. He has decided he wanted some lap time right before the video, and he can't be denied. So anyway, yeah, you guys don't get to see Arthas much, of course, back in the day. Excuse me. You don't get to see Chewy as much. Back in the day, of course, you saw Arthas on a lot of the videos and the streaming, but he passed away in 2020. This is Chewy. It's the ginger boy. And he hasn't made too many appearances in the videos. I'm glad he finally gets a chance over here. Anyway, so I can understand the feeling of wanting to be part of every single beta test that there is. But sometimes the minor versions, you know, the hop from 4.1 to 4.75 and everything, they need a bit more of a fine-tooth comb before they're publicly ready. And unfortunately, that was the case for 5. It had a very quick, limited release internally, and the pre-testers, which are the internal testers, sort of the gateway between Goofy and then the outside world, we detected a few issues with it. So it went back to the drawing board, and about 2 days later, Beta 5.1 is ready. So what you see here for this little splash screen should actually be Beta 5.1. So links will be down in the description. There will be a primary link, which is where it is suggested that you download from. And there will be a secondary link, or the alternative link, if for some reason MediaFire is blocked in your country, which does happen sometimes. Maybe Venezuela was one of them. I don't quite remember which countries have issues with MediaFire. But yeah, prefer the primary first. Do the other one secondary. So, as you can see here, for Beta 5.1, we're going to have an improved combat system, more animations from what I know, and what I brought up in the hype video is that every character that is in the installable of 5.1 will be properly animated. Most of the weapons that are available in the store are going to be animated, researchers should work, and a few other things. So, more functions are working, and there's going to be some surprises and Easter eggs. As always, I don't like to have dug into the beta before the video. This way, the team likes to see my surprises as I discover things. So let's go ahead and get into it. So when you download it, you're going to have... where is the one that I downloaded today? So it was actually kind of interesting, because the first time I went to download it, MediaFire, like it wasn't actually downloading, and it eventually came up and say network error. So I refreshed the page, went to download again, and the timer dropped instantly from like 11 minutes to about 4, and I saw I was getting progress. It was fine. I have Google Fiber, so my download was really quick. Here it is. It's beta 5.0.1. This is the file you're going to download. It's about 1.4 gigs. Beta 4.75, as you can see, was 1.3 and a half. And 5.0 has jumped up to about almost 1.4. And then you can see here beta 4 and 4.1 came in at about half a gig. So that really goes to show you the progress. I deleted beta 4.1 today, which means I have beta 4.75 around. Extracted, it's about 6.6 gigabytes. And I still keep beta 2 and beta 3 around for very specific things. I would think actually beta 3 can be removed at this point. These are the old Flash versions. 2 is really good if I just want to go in and start unlocking people and get access to everybody for some particular reason. Whereas now we are in the Unity build. And before we get into the unzip and everything, again, don't ask about mobile versions down in the comments. If you do, I'm just going to delete the comment. That's what I do now. I've been doing that for a few years now. I don't know why the cat's licking me. Chewy usually doesn't do that. I just delete comments that talk about the mobile version and seriously ask the question. There's people that troll me and have fun with it, but there are people who legitimately ask about the mobile versions and everything. One question I do want to answer, which got asked on Reddit recently, is what is going to happen with PvP when the game gets into its release candidate? And that is a valid question because it's one that's not talked about nearly as much. PvP will go the way of downloading a patch to your game that gives you a season. And every season is going to feature a representative slice of agent gear and characters that corresponded to that season back in time. Clarification. The main Facebook and Playdom seasons, not the iOS or the Android season, not the mobile ones, the main ones. So when the game goes live and when the game goes release candidate and the first season comes out, you're going to get a small patch. It'll patch in PvP. You'll have very basic teams and agents, all that starter gear, and probably like Iron Fist and Iron Man, Captain America, Iron Man, Human Torch. So you get those infinite HT battles and everything. Hulk, Iron Man, War Machine, all those original PvP teams you saw way back in Season 1 and the original gear. What you have to do is get through X amount of fights with victories to get up to what would be considered ADA and win your PvP season and get the full rewards. If you're only able to beat, like, say, 5 out of the 15 teams, you may get up to, silver or something, or gold, diamond. So that's what you have to do. And as every season comes out, you'll download a patch. The original season will go away. The next season will be patched in, and the teams will change a little bit. You will see teams drop off, and you'll see new teams come with the patch that are reflective of Season 2 and Season 3 and Season 4. And new characters will get worked in, and some old teams that stop working will disappear, so that eventually when you get into the 30s, like Season 30, 31, 32, you're not going to see the Agent and Doctor Doom anymore. You may see one of them. I mean, I saw an Agent and Doctor Doom near the end of the game, and honestly, Doctor Doom's hit points were equal to the Agent. I was like, why would anybody do this? You're literally now just having 2 people on your team instead of 3, and Doctor Doom has lost his benefit. He's 2 years out of date at this point. So that's how it will go. And then eventually we will have seasons that never existed in the past because they are the seasons that reflect the new content that the development team is creating. The new characters, the new gear, the new spec ops, and everything like that. So there will come a time where the season is new. Now, people have asked, why can't we have person-to-person PvP? And the reason for that is that it would require connectivity between your client and another client, whether it goes up to a master server or goes peer-to-peer. This game does not have a networking component. you could slap this on a computer that is not connected to the internet and you can play fine. This is not an always on game. It doesn't require any internet connectivity whatsoever. And that is the benefit of this. This is a downloadable offline game. You only need the internet when you go to do patches or versions, maybe little fixes that Goofy says, oh, there was something wrong with leveling. Download this small patch and now the leveling will fix and everything. So that answers the PvP question. We're going to ignore the mobile and everything. So when you go to unzip this, I have my zips associated with 7-zip. What I like to do is I like to drop it in my Marvel Avengers Alliance folder. And then what you can do is you can just go ahead and drag it out of the zip file to your MAA folder or your MAR folder, really. And it'll run like this. There will be a Mac version. Linux version, not too much, but you can just run a Windows emulator, or on a Steam Deck, just run a Proton wrapper. Okay, so it's that easy to do to extract. Now, there was somebody on Facebook recently who had said it extracted it multiple times, and every time he did, it couldn't get past the loading screen. I believe what happened there is that it did not extract with the folder structure in place. As soon as this small portion over here is done, you'll see what I'm talking about in just a moment. We can actually, I'll go into beta 4.75 or not. Okay. Explorer shell is a little messed up there for just a moment. We'll let this finish. I'm actually surprised to see it go so slow over here. Then again, this is not an NVMe drive that it's on. This is my big fat data. This is literally a server drive that this is on. This is an Iron Wolf, and I keep a lot of my games on there, but not my maybe most active games du jour. They actually go to my high speed NVMe. This is an Iron Wolf is usually the kind of drive you slap in a server on a rack. It's an 8 terabyte. It is my primary game drive, but not the games that I'm playing the most, which is like Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4. They're in a much faster drive. All right, so it looks like we're at about 300 megs left for it to shift over, so it should be done in just a few moments. And I'll show you what I mean about the folder structure here. I feel like I'm just be playing the Jeopardy theme. There's a lot of tension in this over here. Like, come on, Napalm, get to the goddamn game already. So let's chat for just a second as this finishes up. Have you heard the rumors about them killing off Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan? Don't really know how that's going to work out and everything. Marvel Future Fight has a suit right now called the X-Deaths of Wolverine. Really cool looking suit. I looked up the comic run that it came from because I had never heard of it before. Has anybody ever read the X Lives or X Deaths of Wolverine? The small amount of research that I did made it look like it was a fun run. Is it a series worth eventually getting at some point? I'd like to know. The only one that I own is House of M. That's about it. So this is what it looks like fully extracted. You could see the folder structure should look something like this, where you have the Redux-Beta folder and then manage resource streaming assets. You have mono bleeding edge. You'll see this in a lot of Unity games. Unity games always have that folder called mono bleeding edge. There's the crash handler, and here it is, MAA Redux.exe. Go ahead and bring that up. Minimize that. So this splash screen is definitely one we've seen before. It actually looks a little better. It looks a little crisper than I think I've seen it. Alright, so it's going to be loud at the moment, but I believe once we get in game, we can adjust the sounds a little bit. So we'll go with Agent Napalm Dawn. I think male customization was broken for a little bit. Female was working, but I think it's probably been fixed. So let's pick a... Yeah, I don't even know what hair I want to go with. I guess I'll go with the balding one. Alright, so hair color work. Face seems to be working. A lot of the faces are quite angry. You know, for a little bit of diversity's sake, I wonder if eventually we can get some other ethnicities in the face. I mean, this may be a really, really tough ask. But just for inclusivity, if we could eventually, like, maybe get to Asian faces and ones like that, but that's tough. That's a very far off ask. It's a lot of editing there. Oh boy, right to the Tony Stark. Love it. I was hoping I would see that. Oh boy. That's the porn stash. That's the Dum Dum Duggan. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Tony one. There we go. Yep, silver hair, black Tony Stark goatee. Yep. Thrilled. Okay, so I think there's supposed to be a I thought there was a settings. I'm immediately level 2. Oh, there it is. Okay. So let's drop the music volume a little bit. Hitting save. I don't know that anything happened. Oh, there. Okay, no, it did. Alright, flight deck, sound effect volume. Oh, Halloween? Yeah, okay. So we're gonna keep combat low for just a bit, because we want to make sure that the effects are going. But a Halloween flight deck? I guess? I don't see anything that looks particularly Halloween-ish, but I do like the sort of very silver aluminum color. Classic is sort of like bronze-ish. Yeah, we know the Christmas one, because that's been in betas in the past. Alright, so I'm going to stick with Halloween. It'd be kind of cool if they were like some pumpkins, or like maybe a witch on a broom goes flying by back here or something, or like Ghost Rider and Blade around there somewhere. Briefcase isn't doing anything. Storm and Storm being complete, it's not doing anything. Okay, so the radio tower. Avengers Alliance Redux, 5th anniversary. Breaking news, S.H.I.E.L.D. has recruited Black Widow into the Alliance. Oh, okay, so the scroll wheel works on this news feed over here. I think what would be really good for this feed over here on the right side is maybe like a note from Goofy, like, welcome to Redux 5.1, here's some things you can expect. Blah, blah, blah. Not give everything away, like have the Easter eggs and the surprises be there. But thank you, like, for participating in this project. I wouldn't mind if part of it was dedicated to the project instead of the actual gameplay, because I think that'd be a cool way of the team reaching out to the player. So I think that'd be cool if that was there eventually. We're going to hit collect all a couple times to establish some money. That's been part of every beta. Looks like we can't visit Tony Stark. Let's see what team is like. Because we do want to recruit Hawkeye. I know he's used for something. Okay, that was loud. It does not seem to... I wonder if that was the... Does that come from the sound effects volume? That was loud. That didn't seem to be the music volume. That was definitely something else. You know, let's get Spider-Woman, because who's honestly going to use her for testing? I feel like until she becomes Kurth, she's going to be very unsung. However, this is the 2016 base, and she was fixed a little bit by then. Yeah, so that actually is a good question. I can see some community members asking. Because the base of the game is taken from 2016, September, when the game died, would all of the... Yes, I know the answer to the question. The answer is yes. This is not going to be the Spider-Woman of 2013 when the game went live. This is going to be Spider-Woman of 2016 when the game went dead. So like the updates to Luke Cage and Spider-Woman, all the things that made some of those OG characters a little bit better over the years should be in play. So we're going to recruit her. Yeah, okay. That flourish is loud. Let's do this as a test. Let's bring down the sound effects volume to 0.2 and then see what the flourish is like on another recruitment. Let's get Cat for a tank. Okay. Alright, so that flourish is loud. I don't really... Did I not hit save? Okay, hold on a second. Maybe that was me. We're gonna have to get one more. Yeah, we'll go with Hulk. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the flourishes use in terms of volume. It's definitely loud. If we go back to the feed... Okay, so the feed's reflecting what we've done. That is really cool. However, it keeps bouncing back up to the top. It's not staying. If I drag, it's not staying. And if I scroll wheel... Yeah, it's not staying. It's not sticking. It just keeps wanting to go back to the top. By the way, that Spider-Woman one there is really cool. Excellent touch on these with the social feed. So let's go to the store. And yeah, definitely going to get a Mystic. And we want a heavy hitter, so we're going to get a Hoarfrost Mace. Let's get what I believe should be a really good ranged item. We'll get the Deathly Freeze Ray for some AoE. And we'll get a Coulson's Revenge for good single target. So we've got a good variety of weapons over there. We'll go to the team. We'll go to the agent. Instead of the Needle Gun, we'll pick a Mystic. Agent ISOs? Huh. Okay. And let's get the Coulson's Revenge. Interesting. So when you go to equip, actually, let's do a melee. So when you go to an equip, it kicks you back over here. I think I would like it if it kicked me back to this screen instead of that screen. And let's see about suits. So I'm going to go to research. That's a little weird. We will research a grenade. That's running on a timer, so that's not running on battles. That's running on a timer. And let's get... Well, that's research. Okay. Let's go back to the store. Uniforms. Let's see. What suit should we get? I'm going to go for a tactician, because that's usually what I was back in the day. So I'm going to pick... I don't have the money for it. Let's see what happens if I don't have the money for some... No, I do. Okay, never mind. Looks like money calculations are working. Go with tactician. Am I not allowed to pick? Okay, for some reason I can't pick. Maybe I have to unlock that with levels? Let's take a look at a character. I love Captain Steve Rogers, but I kind of want like a legit tank. I don't want to jump too far ahead there on that one. I don't want to go to Kurth, but I'll fuck around with Hulk. Yeah, World War Hulk, Scrapper. That was kind of common back in the day. Okay, let's collect all a little bit just to bump some of the finances back up. Let's buy a jet. Let's send somebody on a short one. We will do Black Widow. Let's start with Viper. There's Maria. Okay, so let's get rid of Iron Man. I'm gonna go with... This will be what I go with over here. Let's see how this works out. So I gain the effect of Sacrifice that's related to the Hoarfrost Mace. Mystic is representing everything that it does. It's not mentioning the Mystic Shroud, though. There it is. I just wasn't mentioning it in the tooltip. Ooh, nice. There's the Protect. I think that's from the Hoarfrost Mace. Interesting. I feel like... Oh boy, that is some memories right there. Wow, because I had... Oh, those sounds and that animation, that really takes me back to the beginning of the game. That was a memory burst right there. Really love these tooltips over here. Yeah, that was fun. Let's do the Hoarfrost Mace. I kind of feel like... I think we ran into the exact same issue that Playdom had back in the day. You see how it took Hulk a moment for some of Hulk's passives to hit everybody? That is generally supposed to be a pre-combat situation. Now, if you never knew this, Playdom had some issues with that back in the day, in the Flash version. Sometimes if you came into battle and you were going first and you had teams that had passives from somebody, for example, X-Force Psylocke making all of the X-Force people stealthy and everything, that stealth sometimes would not kick in until your first action. So here's a scenario I used to run into back in the day. Psylocke was supposed to make Archangel stealthy. If Archangel went first in combat and did one of his moves, like the wing move or anything like that, any of his single targets, let's say, the stealth from Psylocke would not kick in until after he was doing the action, like that wing move, and it wouldn't be stealthy because it would kick in as he's doing it, but it was too late. He was already committed to the action. So the physical action started, the stealth came up, and if there was a protector like the agent would jump in and block. Playdom had that issue. I opened that up as a bug report to them several times, and they never got it fixed. Goofy and I have discussed it. He's going to look at it. I don't know if he knows the cause of it yet, but some pre-combat buffs, I think, are going to have some issues. Pretty solid damage for the Hoarfrost. Oh, boy, Hulk, man. Hulk is bringing back some memories there. Good post-combat screen. Scroll speed's pretty good for where it's set. Now let's check the flight deck. Well, let's test, collect, and resend. Okay, she's good. Font looks a little fat over there. Maybe a tiny bit blurry because of it's tall. But pretty good. I kind of like this little red dot beeping over there. Should the jet still be here, though? That's a good question. I don't know if the jet should still like show in the slot over there. Just wondering if there were any Easter eggs buried as like a clickable. Still can't seem to do anything with Storm. Okay, briefcase, the inventory, that's good. Let's check research. Alright, grenades are finished. Let's actually buy some sundries from the store to see if they can be used in combat. Let's do 5 of those. We've researched grenades, so let's see if grenades are here. Boy, it is... Oh, the pumpkin fruit pies. Man, that was the stuff back then. Alright, so we've got a few things to use. Wave the spider. Interesting. Adds great responsibility buff to target ally. Was this really a thing or is this new? I don't think I actually remember that from back then. If I did, I certainly never used it. I see chromatic is multicolored, but if there was ever a sort of pride-related ISO, a pride-related Spec Ops, or maybe where a character was pride, like America Chavez or Nico, and the ISO 8 was sort of like rainbow colored, that could be cool. You know, future thing. Solar shields, antidotes. Oh god, that prototype. Holographic hand link. Wow. This is a Chromecast. This advanced encryption component, if you don't know what that looks like, that's a goddamn Chromecast. Portable arc reactor. I remember that one. Chance to take an extra turn. We'll get some of those. Yeah, let's get something healing oriented. Oh, the tankard. Let's see. Healing serum 4 restores health each turn. Yeah, okay. Just in case. ISOs. I don't want to mess around with ISOs yet. Let's get back to combat. Alright, so resume works. Let's get her out. Let's get Hawkeye in. Yeah, okay, so pre-combat there, you saw it. The Hulk up went. However, is the Mystic Shroud. Hulk, I get a tool. There we go. Okay. So I don't see the Mystic Shroud on these two. This is what I meant by pre-combat. I should see Hulk being protected by a Mystic Shroud, and same for Hawkeye. Let's see if it kicks in after my first action. There's Warbringer, Warbound, War Frenzy, Warbound. Oh god, those sound effects, man. There's the Mystic Shroud. See, that's what I was talking about. This isn't a goofy thing. That's a played-on thing. That is original. That's an original bug that has existed from the beginning of the game until today. That's not new. That has been around a long time. Here's the Hoarfrost Protect. A little weak. It'd be nice to see that thing crit. God, Hulk is giving me so much nostalgia using him. Flourish is loud. We're level 3. We got some gold. Good scroll over here. Hey, there's Alicia Masters showing up. Let's go back to the flight deck. Yeah, sadly we can't visit them. Not yet. We do have another jet. So, let's go ahead and collect there. Let's get a couple more characters so that we can have some jet people. Yeah, I just had a trumpet there for a moment. You know, these guys are flammels. Let's get Human Torch. Okay. I would go ahead and get Luke Cage in honor of him being one of the all-time pilots, but I'm not going to disgrace him like that. He's made some progress. So, okay. Got Cap and Colossus going. Got Viper. Hawkeye is a forced team up. Friend of the channel, Darth Plato, asked about that. That's good. He's not screwed up. He wasn't on a jet. He was available, so he got inserted. That's cool. We're going to change it to Black Widow, but we're going to abort. And I want to go and change my weapons up a little bit. I'm going to keep the Mystic. God, the Hexenjäger. Was this the one that had magic warding? I think this one had, like, magic warding, if I remember correctly. Alright, so get rid of the Hoarfrost Maze, because I want to try and stop protecting. Alright, let's see how this Viper fight goes. She's got 90 hit points. Punishing shots is pretty strong. This might bring in Hawkeye. Because I think... Pulse's... Yep. Mild. Not the biggest hit in the world, but not the weakest. Looking good. Agents of Shields, Red in the Ledger. Keep it secret. Secret Avengers. That's kind of properly contemporaneous right now. Here's the spinner. Okay. If you may have questions on the spinner. Back in the day, the spinner was not a 1 in 9 chance. It was weighted. The really good items like ISOs and everything were weighted at like 5%, and then the others were rated as high as I think like 25 or something. Goofy has made it so that these spinners are a 1 in 9 chance. When I spin this, each one of those cells has a equal chance of popping up. These are no longer weighted. The weighted was obviously a money push. Since this game doesn't involve any real life money, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All of these are equal. Ah, we got some cake. Anniversary cake. Awesome. Now, in the past, there were... okay, yep. Collect. I didn't do all. I'll have to test all after the next one. In the past, moving on to Mission 2 used to be a really, really big jump in threat. So let's see what happens. We'll deploy Hawkeye. We'll keep Hulk because he was getting some experience. We'll get Human Torch because these guys are flammable. Hit him with the Coulson. I'll bring up the speed. We'll see if the speed slider is working. God, man, Hulk is just killing me. It's almost as much, I gotta say, that is almost as much nostalgia as the first time I played any of Goofy's work on this. I mean, I'm not tearing up. I'm not feeling like I'm gonna just absolutely cry with it, but it's really hitting me. All of this is actually, I mean, the Hulk is really doing it, but all of this is doing it for some reason. Damn. Hulk is good. I would definitely recommend picking Hulk as a starter character. Maybe not cheesing it and going right to Warbringer. But yeah, he's been a barrel of fun over there. Oh, it does say complete. Okay, so it said complete, but that was a little weird. Huh, okay. Let's go for a low threat. Keep Hulk. Let's see how Iron Man is. Oh yeah, I gotta bring up the combat speed. Can I do it right here in combat? Oh, I can. Cool. All right, so bring it up to 1.75. Make sure we hit save. That seems about the same. Ah, yes, coordinated. Oh, it was so nice to see that coordinated go off. Okay, yeah, it's doing what it's supposed to. Yeah, so far, super impressed with how combat is feeling. Haven't hit any bugs, hasn't seemed particularly slow. Let's do collect and resend all. That works. Let's check that. All right, that's all good. Resume mission. That's working. That's good. Tutorial on class. Team up force with Iron Man. Yeah. We're dealing with bruisers, so let's act like we're being smart people and we're bringing blasters to a bruiser fight. I think we should do that. Crits working, burning. There was the blaster passive went off. Now his blaster passive there. Good. Interesting. So the Mystic Shroud's not going off until the agent takes his turn. Critical damage locked on. Good. Flame on passive is working. Coordinated attacks because of... Alright, looking good. That font is perfect. The font and the speed and the swell of the damage looking absolutely perfect. So we've got Whiplash. So before we go, I'm going to hit... So PVAI replaces the energy. We kind of expected that. Collection's not going anywhere. I should go back and do research. Let's pick that. Go to the flight deck. I'm just going to hit collect for now in case we need any people for Whiplash. Research is looking good. Simulator, nothing on simulator yet. Iron Man, Whiplash, okay, that all makes sense. Let's stay with Hulk because he's gaining some experience over there. Agent goes first, that's good. We get the coordinated attack and the Mystic Shroud going. I feel like combat has been very fair. Every single combat has felt very fair, which in other betas, usually once you got into Chapter 2, sometimes it'd start kicking your ass, or certain mobs were tuned really high. Whiplash counter single target attacks. And Hulk just puts him down. Now, I wonder how easy it would be for Goofy to code that. The Hulk up and the Warbringer stuff happening after ending combat. So you see he punched out Whiplash there and he killed him, and then he came back and he did his passives. I would say leave it, because when you have waves, if you kill the last mob of wave 1, you want your buffs to go off for wave 2, wave 3. Yeah, I was going to say maybe just to speed up combat, when you do the killing blow, don't have passives kick off like that. But by the same token, when you're going into another wave, you want that to happen. So, 65 experience. Let's see if we could do 2 again and get these characters experience so that they can be trained and everything. Let's try it again. We'll send Hawkeye. We'll do the medium. Let's stay with Iron Man and Hulk. Let's see if we can't get these guys the experience to get some training. See now, like, the enemy's about ready to go, and my Mystic Shroud isn't up. They're not doing a debuff, however. So that's not bad, but if they were debuffing me... why is he enraged? What? Particle alignment, next destruction. Why? He's not attacking a scrapper. Huh. Maybe that's just... Oh, my Hulk, that's right, my Hulk is a scrapper. Darn. I forgot I got the scrapper for... My bad. That total... Oh boy, and I'm paying for it. Yikes. I totally forgot my Hulk is the scrapper version. I am bringing a knife to a gunfight. And our first death. Oh, that's my fault, but my agent's about ready to die too. Hopefully Iron Man does some good damage. Now I'm yeah. Yikes. The follow-up roll saves it. Okay, so that combat, did you see how fast that speed was in the background there? That was really, really fast post-combat. That spinner is definitely a little strange. Also, should the deploy change to the character's icon once you send somebody to it? And doesn't it change when you're done? Okay, we don't have bruisers on this one, so I'm not making the Hulk mistake. Whoopsie on my part. Almost cost me. I feel like perhaps I'm not discovering some of the Easter eggs that have been caked into 5.1 over here. I wonder if people watching this are disappointed. I will poke around a little bit more after we defeat Whiplash one more time. Yeah, I think eventually... I mean, this I don't think is necessary for beta, but I think by the time of the release candidate, there should be a way of making sure that the passives fire off when they're supposed to. We've gained Foggy Nelson now. Alright, no bruisers. Let's keep with the same team. That roar is just getting me. The roar and Hulk's level 1 punches are really just getting me. Ow. That actually hurt. However, I'm not poisoned or anything, so... let's do that so we get the coordinated attack going. Alright, so if I mouse over Hulk, coordinated attack, yep. We should see maybe even Iron Man jumping in on these attacks. I haven't seen another character do it, but we've seen the agent do it. Hulk up looks good. That seems to be calculated correctly. War Frenzy. Mystic Shroud still preventing debuffs. Okay. Oof. Good. All right. So Iron Man after Whiplash, Iron Man should be ready to go for training. So Plan achieved. Oh, I did. It forced Cap in there. It changed the Hulk out. And it makes sense because Hulk was in the Iron Man position. So it inserted Iron Man over there and it bounced Hulk out. Solid combat. There's Cap's inspiring leadership. Twice on characters? Okay. So let's see if we could get Iron Man trained. It's done. Go to team. Train Iron Man. Alright, he's on a timer. We have the gold skip. Okay, let's see if I can find any of these Easter eggs that we've been talking about here. Gear seems pretty legit. The Beyond Corp driver. I remember that thing. I wanted that Beyond Corp reality wrench so bad that one season messed that up. Item 47, is this what Red Skull uses in the first Avenger? Or was that the Blaulicht? Witch Hunter. This was the one that I think had the magic warding. Not that... I forget, actually. The rocket pistol and other betas has done really well, so I do want to pick that up. Needle gun, capacitive blaster. Let's try to get some ISOs just to see what happens. Okay, don't see any particularly crazy gear. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, there we go. There. Oh, the Runamaroth. That's big stuff right there. Sorcerer Scepter, Shepherd Staff, the arcade joystick, the Neuropurge, Neurotrope, Voodoo Staff. I had some friends that were jealous that I had the Voodoo Staff, and the Sphere. Lantern of Doom, that's good stuff right there. Now we're all back to the beginning basic stuff. Small Hadron Collider, nice. More of the meat scrolls, the Asgardian tankards, awesome. The Devourer, the literal hardest working weapon in the game. No mercy. There's the wrench. That's not the can opener. Hammer, Frigga's Hope. I think this one had a bug. Frostbound Hatchet. Master Sword. This is the Opportunist one. I think this is the one that follows up on Opportunist. Splinter of Night, I think, follows up on Bane. Whistling Steel. I'm going to get the Whistling Steel because this one did a buff. So I want to test that out. The Mercurial. Kingfisher used to love the Mercurial paired up with the Blade of the Guardian or the Bog. Iron Star, I think that's the Hogan Mace. Taste of Thunder. Wakandan Speedblade. The Best Friend Forever. Loki Scepter. That I remember that one from I got that on the Playdom version of the game. The Bone Chiller, the Traumatic Post, really good. The Oni Breaker. The Katana, the Soulfire Blade, the Vorpal Blade. Good stuff there. Alright. So nice. Iron Man is complete. He doesn't have ISO slots. Let's see. Okay, good. Alright, we may have bumped up my agent a little bit. Let's see if I can now. Oh! Uniform. Nice. Alright, let's go to... Okay, so one-shots and Spec Ops aren't working. Let's go up to 3. Keep everybody available. Alright, now pushes you into the store. What do we have here? Okay, alright, good. I like how this combat's gonna go. We've got the Scrapper. However, don't have any tacticians right now. Let's stay with it because, yes, I wanted to stay with it because Iron Man has a level 2. His head's not as janky as it used to be. He's not doing that head bob thing. And we'll make this the last combat of the video. We're definitely running long here. Let's see if we get the scrapper bonus. This should kill him. Yep. Oh, hey, Mystic Shroud fired. But the scrapper bonus didn't. Let's see if the tactician bonus... Yes, the tactician bonus is going to go. And there's the ignite. Good. Been waiting for that. I want a single target because I want to see if Iron Man can do some AoE. Combat reflexes. Alright. So the officer should retaliate against Iron Man if he lives. Good. Perfect. Expected. Now Hulk has close quarters combat, so he should double hit the blaster. Oof. Or he'll just kill him. Yeah. Did he dodge? I think he dodged. It didn't say that. Debuffs, working debuffs. Hulk. I'm gonna pass because I want to see if Hulk is stunned. Yes, good. Alright, so stun works. Wow, another dodge, really? Yeah, but Burning killed him. And Hulk is ready to train now. Just absolute spot-on work. I mean, I feel like I am playing the game as it died. Like, I'm not really seeing that much where I'm like, oh, this doesn't feel like MAA, and, you know, this is... Yeah. I can't really say enough super good things about it. I am going to test some longer form jets here, and then have the game closed and see what happens. But, guys, I'm sorry if I'm missing some of the Easter eggs over here, and I'm not finding some of the secrets. Hopefully I've hit them all, but by all means, go down in the description and tell me if I'm missing things. It seems like I've got about 5 hours to earn a simulator point, even though I don't have a simulator to go to. I'm gonna do a long form research, so that one's 60 minutes, so we'll see how that works. So yeah, phenomenal version. I think you guys are gonna love downloading this. Again, links will be down in the description. Follow the Mediafire one as a primary, only use the other one if you don't have Mediafire. Again, don't mention anything about mobile version. I think you guys are going to be absolutely thrilled with this, and I think it's going to slake your thirst for a beta 6 or a release candidate. Like, I think you're going to get your hands on this and feel very, 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 very satisfied. This is just, you know, phenomenal work for Goofy and the coding team and the development team. So just everybody on the project, excellent job. The beta testers that tested this in between 5 and 5.1, Canessa, you do a tremendous amount of work with the beta testing. Bridget rocks. Anybody else that I missed, just really, really phenomenal shoring up of some of the bugs between 5.0 and 5.1. And I'm glad 5.0 did not make it to the masses, because this getting out to people, I think it's going to be thrilled, and I think everybody can sit back and lean back in their chairs and kind of do the Dr. Evil thing with everybody being so happy with this. So, alright guys, Napalm Dawn signing off. If you're not subscribed to the channel, this is one of the few times I'm going to really talk about this. If you're not subscribed, do it. We're getting close to 5,000 subscribers, and that'd be really cool to see as we build towards the release candidate. And I should mention that Beta 4, the versions of Beta 4 before Beta 5 have been downloaded 5,000 times. So that means there is people out there who still... the fact that we could reach 5,000 people in downloads is nuts. It is absolutely nuts. And thank you to everybody who continues to play this and makes this all worth Goofy's while and everything. So thank you to the fans and the players who support Redux simply by playing it. That is the support that the team needs. There is no money that can change hands for this. Nobody wants to get any money. The community has already given Goofy a few gifts with some Marvel-related statues and some Humble Bundle courses for continued development and learning development and everything. So that is the best way you could support us is positive comments on Discord and Facebook and downloading of these Redux versions when they come out. So enjoy Redux version beta. Enjoy beta Redux version 5.1. Ciao, everybody.